Welcome to this tutorial. It's Maison Futari here, and today we're going to talk about view custom form fields with vModel. Let's check it out. Sometimes you have forms where you want some kind of custom fields like this, which may not look like native fields. So this is pretty much similar to a checkbox system, but a custom checkbox system. Other examples, like in this form, you have like regular text fields, and you have two options, which are just text with images. But you want these to be part of the form, just like a regular field with the vModel, with the possibility to use the vModel. Here again, we have an example with some payment methods, which looks like custom radio buttons. And here, kind of the same with price ranges. So let's try to make this. And we're going to make this one in particular. So just like some random text here, title text, and a checkbox. So let's dive in. I have an app, a really simple app here, basic HTML, just app script tag. So the tag here is importing Bulma, which I'm going to use for the CSS, regular view, app.view, rendering. In app.view, just hello world message to test it, and here. So that's it. Let's launch the server. I'm using parcel. So parcel ports, and let's put it on port 111. So everything seems ready. Let's jump in. So here, the hello field is working. It's here. Just hello field with some markup. So let's make our form. So let's get rid of this. Let's say we have a form like this. And in our form, so we have a field with a button is primary. So this is just regular Bulma classes. So submit here. And we want a field with our custom options. So let's make this. And we'll add here custom choices. And custom choices will be a component we're going to create. So let's create custom choices, save it here, custom choices.view, template, div, and here we're going to make our choices. So this div will be flex, and that's pretty much it. Here div with a box will give us a white background with a shadow. Here I'm going to add some content and some margins. So here, let's put an H3, so choice 1, and here, blah, blah, blah. No, let's put some lorem here, lorem, it's a bit too big. Let's remove this. So copy, duplicate this, and here it's choice 2, here is choice 3. So that's pretty much it for now. Let's create some styling. So we are going to have is chosen class to make the user see what's chosen. So let's just add a border of 2 pixel orange to it. And let's add a fake class here to simulate the chosen phase, just to check everything is fine. So that's pretty much it for now. Let's load this, import from custom choices.view, components here. So we loaded the component, added it to the component, the local one here, and just used it. Let's check it out. So as you can see, it's working pretty good, let's say. So let me just go back a bit. So there's too much padding here. Or is it? Here it's, and just remove this. Okay, so this is pretty good. So this is our form with some choices, and the is flex does not seem to work. So let's just check the markup is flex. Okay, I forgot the class here is flex. Okay, so as you can see, it's pretty much it. Our goal is when we click here, it's supposed to add some data somewhere. So let's make our data here. So the goal is having some value data. that will contain any choice the user makes. So it must be an array here like this, and we'll have a method which we can call toggle choice, which takes a value as argument, and we're going to do something here. So our goal is when someone clicks here, we call toggle choice and give it any value we want. So here in our custom field, each div represents a specific value. The value can be a string, an object, or anything. Let's just put some string value for now. So I'm going to click this, value 1, add this, value 2, oops, add this, value 3, and we can remove the class is chosen here for now. We can add to the box some cursor pointer for UX, and that's pretty much it. So when somebody clicks, what we want to do is check if the value is already, so maybe this should be, let's say, chosen value here. So let's check in value if it includes chosen value. So value is an array, remember here. We're going to check if it includes chosen value. If it does, we're going to remove it from the array. So how do we do this? Just take value and filter it. So value filter, because it's an array. So I'll just call this v just to make it simpler. So v different of chosen value. So this is just gonna remove it from the array. So you know, like just basic stuff. And if it's not already there, we're gonna add it. Push. So just to be sure, we check in the value if it includes the chosen one. So either value 1, value 2, etc. If it is, so we're gonna filter. We're gonna replace the old value with a new array that filters it, that takes any value that's different from the chosen one. And if not, we're just gonna push the value because it doesn't exist yet. So let's save, and we can try to log something here just to check if everything goes well. So, okay, when I click, as you can see, here's value 2. If I click value 3, if I click again, value 3 is removed, and everything seems to work fine. So now, let's make the current, the isChosen class. So this is pretty simple. To everyone, we're gonna add, we're gonna bind a class, add the isChosen class, and just check if in value, the value includes. So this is making a bit too much attributes. So let's go on the line. So we just do value includes value 1, basically. And we can just copy this for everyone else. So for the sake of speed, I'm just going to copy this. So basically, we toggle this, it removes it or adds it to the array. Here to add the chosen class, we just check in the value if it includes this value. So the one for this div, the one for this div, etc. And so here we should see now when we click something. Okay, so it works. Now our goal is to store everything in the parent component, as you know. So our parent component is here, it's the form, and our goal is to add something like the model here, and we can call this maybe like a, let's say a payment, let's say a form dot payment choices. Let's say this like this. So here we're gonna have a form, which could be an object with all our values we want to send to the server. For example, we would have payment choices, which would be an array or something null or something. But let's just put an array for now. So our goal is for this component to, create a V-model. So to create a V-model, it's pretty much easy actually. V-model is just a syntactic sugar for something pretty simple, which is adding a value prop with our form dot payment choices and listening to an input event. That's how vModel works. So your component waits for a value prop and an input event. So the input event will usually do something like this equals to events. Like when it's a native tag, usually it's something like event.current.target or something, .current.value, something like that. But here, because it's a custom component, we're just going to make this equals to events. So our goal is to emit from the component some value. So here, anytime somebody toggle the choice, we're going to emit just after an input event like this. So let's check it out. So we have our form here. It's gonna, from this component, emit anytime a value changes, set the value here. As you can see, we emit the input event and give it some value. Okay, we give it this prop here. It comes up, it rebinds, everything should be fine. Let's check out. We check in the view, debugger. So anytime I click, as you can see, it emits an event. So if we check the app, we have our choice here. If I click somewhere else, remove it, it changes. Everything seems fine. So everything seems really good in the app without the vModel. And you will see, because we called our prop value and our event input, okay, so this is supposed to be called value and the event input. That's why here I called this value and this input. So we can now use the vModel like this. But the problem with this is that we also need a prop, or waiting for a prop. So the prop will be here, props value. We'll say that value is a type array, and that's pretty much it, and it's required true. So we'll be waiting for this prop. But the problem is now we have a prop that is named value and a data that is named value. So it's not, it's not good. It's not really good. So how can we change this? We're just going to change here that we're going to call this local value. So local value would be at the creation, local value would be equal to value, which is the prop, or if value doesn't have any value, so if it has a value, we'll set this, or an array. So initially, when the component will load, if the prop value is set to a something, it will use it as a local value. If it isn't, it will use an empty array. So then we're going to use this, replace it everywhere here. So value is local value, local value, local value, local value, and local value. That's pretty much it. So anytime someone gives a value, we take it here, set it as a local value. Anytime we toggle the choices, toggle it, send it back. And then anytime the value changes, anytime the prop changes, we have to update the value here too. So basically, to update the value anytime the prop changes, we need to watch the prop. So we're going to watch the prop here and say watch value, and anytime value changes like this, anytime value changes, we're going to do kind of the same thing here. So this equals to like the local value here. If there's some value, we take it. If there isn't, we take some empty array. So we can even simplify this to just value or empty array, value or empty array, like small JS trick. So this will take this if this is truthy. If it's not, it will take this. It's truthy, it takes this. If it's not, it takes the array. Just simple JS trick. So this is pretty much it here. Let me just check something with ESLint. Expression expected. What does it mean? Okay, here. Okay, so let's check out again. The value comes, it initiates the data. So we check if the local value wants to take the value here or an empty array. We watch it. Anytime it changes, we just do the same thing. Anytime someone toggles, we check on the local value if the chosen value is inside, remove it or add it, and then just emit the input event, which is the event needed for the V model. So that's pretty much it. Here, nothing changes. And now let's check this out. So I'm saving. We can check here on the app. So the payment, the array is empty. I chooses something. Okay, everything seems to work. This is pretty nice. Now let's try to put some initial value. So let's say initially I put value 1 because the value here needs to be among the value possible in the custom field. So let's put this and let's see if it's by default checked. As you can see, I reloaded the page. By default, it's checked. If I put value 2, by default, it's checked. If I put something that doesn't exist, like value 4, nothing is checked, obviously. So value 3, it's checked by default. And anytime I click on it, something is added. So it's pretty much it. And then, like you just submit the form as you would do and send this key to your Ajax request or anything. And this works pretty much. How could we make this even better? So we could make this even better by separating each of these and have something like a native value or something. But this tutorial is already too long, so I hope you liked it. I hope it was easy to understand, and I hope you will follow this channel, so subscribe. I hope making other screencasts like this later. So I wish you a very good day. Goodbye.